Howdy, hey! Welcome back to Pacific Northwest Gold Rushers. I'm Jeff, amateur prospector. This is Gold Rush 22. Well, it was a different week. It switched from rain to freeze to snow. A very cold week. But on the good news, that brought all the creek levels down. And my plan was to go farther upriver to a creek I've been wanting to get across without a 5-mile hike. But as we all have friends that we understand their language, Ken, who I introduced a couple videos ago, is my friend slash mentor, and he has a certain language like we all know friends do. And he went this week and prospected further up that one creek we were at, and he found a spot he really wants me to take a look at. And he was talking about working together. We're going to have to do a lot of digging and get down to see if we can get to the old riverbed. So of course, I'm going to take my mentors slash friends' advice, and I'm going to go check that out. Also, I gained a subscriber. Hey, thank you. I enjoy doing these. It's relaxing for me to go prospecting. It gets resets my brain, but I do actually enjoy even making these videos. And some people do message me, but I will say if anybody has any suggestions, any criticism, I can take criticism a little, but please leave a comment. If I can do it, I'll do it. And please hit that thumbs up button and hit that subscribe. So we're up to 14 subscribers. Do not ask me for autographs, because I'm like famous now. So anyway, we're going to spend a couple hours, check some stuff out, and even more great news. I got my new boots, and I finally got my snuffer bottle. Good Lord, that took forever. So let's go have some fun. Let's go exploring, find that nug. Gold Rush 22. Howdy, welcome back. Well, I think I found it. Pretty much is everything that he said. Let me show you. Oh, and you can also see, yeah, it's still a bit nippy out. But let's show you what we're looking at. So here's obviously some of his gravels, but these red rocks all over. You can see some of the rock he's moved, and this is the stuff that he's always told me to keep an eye open for. And so I can see where he had his sluice set up. The water level is way down from what it was. But what's interesting, and I can see what he was chasing, is that rock's all in here. Right there. I think this is what he was wanting me to see. So, first bit, going to open up some space. Move some rock, get down. I don't think sluicing's an option. But there's plenty of places to do some speed panning with my super slews. And I got my super pan, and I got my super snuffer bottle now. So let's move some rock and see if we can find that nug. Gold Rush 22. Welcome back. Well, I couldn't go too far here. Moved some of the rocks, but I'm going to show you the material. I'm going to go ahead and test pan, and what I know for a fact is what he was talking about. So let's take a look. This is all that rusty, just nasty, rusty, come right up from this boulder that runs all the way up in here. It's all over the place. So what I'm going to do is test pan this, and forgot to dry out my gloves, so my fingers are frozen, but they'll warm up as I work. So let's see what we got. Gold Rush 22. Howdy. Okay, just let me show you. So that little pan in that classified material there, basically filled this whole little pool up with this rusty water. And you can just see how rusty, which is just basically telling you that it's mineralized and broken down, rotten, gone quartz and everything, and it's just laying there. It wasn't one of my full pans for the super slews, but just because that thing's for speed panning and really moving stuff quick, I wanted to see. So I basically did the main sluicing in there, then I put it into my other pan, and it's hard to see, I'm sure. There's two little specks in there. So basically what that tells me is, yeah, I almost am not sure what to do here, because he wanted me to kind of skip this stuff and dig down, but I mean, we're only talking maybe the equivalent of one shovelful, and okay, they weren't nothing, no nugs or nothing, but so I see what he means and wants to go down and see if he can get deeper. Those gloves I brought are useless. I put them on and they just froze my hands, and I've had frostbite before, so they lock up. So I'm trying to warm my hand back up so I can use it. But I think what I'm gonna do is take that material and just start going down, and I'm gonna pile it up in a spot, and then that way, when we are able to actually set up a sluice somewhere here, or he even mentioned using rocker boxes, which that would be fun to learn. He built me one, and it's too pretty to use. It's handcrafted wood. It looks like it belongs in when I find a new place, my new gold room. So I'm not going to use that one. It's just too pretty. I told him, I said, dang it, Ken, you made it too pretty. Now I can't use it. But let's get back to digging. We'll see if we find something worthwhile to change. This is when you wish you could use a high banker, because I could just run this through and just tear it up. But we ain't got a lot of time before the melts come. I know it's hard to believe, but it is coming. We got rain coming in this afternoon, so I got to get moving. So let's get down to see if we can maybe find some bigger rock, another layer underneath. Gold Rush 22. Let's find that nug. Howdy, hey, welcome back. All right. Well, definitely tough digging. That's one thing I got to tell you about when you're digging rock. You don't get a lot of the shovelful, but so you can see we moved some more rocks and kind of cleaned an area against that wall to start throwing that rusty gravel and stuff in, and I got plenty of room. I didn't want to go too far over here, because as I go deeper, I'm going to need to expand the hole. And yeah, so I got under another layer, and the material, well, here, I'll just show you here. The material still looking good. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to give myself a little break here. I'm going to pan that out real quick. Nothing but speed panning. And see if there's a difference in the next layer down. But I'm still only running into rocks about this size here. So, and you can see that I've been pulling quite a few out and throwing some up here too, but they still have that red on them and everything. So this all looks good. And I'll give you a closer look at the material that he wanted me to see. So what we're hoping is maybe a couple more feet down, we might hit some bedrock or something. Don't know, never done it. That's why they call it prospecting. So let's pan this out and see if there's anything in there. Gold Rush 22. Howdy, hey. Okay, as you saw, I took that one pan. I started shoveling in without the classifier, so I had to transfer it and switch it back and classify it. But again, turn the water just to muck. So this was the second layer. We had one layer of rock that Ken moved the big boulders out of the way. Then he took that surface layer and just skimmed the surface and found this. He wanted me to get down to another layer, and I did. I moved the next layer of rock, stockpiled the pay dirt that was on top of them, and panned this out. Now, interesting enough, I don't know if you guys are going to be able to see, huh? But we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 specks of gold. One of them is not a bad sized flake either. So, let's expand the hole a little bit, dig down a little bit, and keep testing. Clouds are moving in. My knees are hurting, so the rain must be coming. But we still got time to open this up a little bit more. Gold Rush 22. Digging her down. I know these ain't a lot of gold for you guys, but the fun of this for me is the hunt. You know, I grew up hunting and fishing and all that stuff, but I don't hunt or fish anymore. I do like my crab. I go out and get some crab. But to me, this is hunting, and you need to learn. And that's where Ken comes in. And you can learn only so much watching YouTube videos and this and that. Trial and error, you know, looking at myself now compared to where I was, you know, a couple years ago. What a difference. But it's fun. So even those tiny little micro dot gold, you know, I found those, and I panned them. And even in my panning, people get frustrated with panning. You know, don't. It just takes practice. You'll develop your own technique. Be a little bit patient with it. Trust your riffles. And heck, even Rich learned how to pan, if he can keep his fingers out of it. So, let's get back to digging. Gold Rush 22. Howdy, hey. Okay, I dug for about another, oh, I don't know how long, but it doesn't matter. Anyway, let's take a look. And still looking good. You know what I should do? I'm going to pause this and do this again because I'm going to try to get some of that water out of there. Be right back. Okay, a little better. Let's take a look. So you can still see the layer, that's where I started, and work my way down, and it goes down, it's filling in quick. But you can see, still in the good gravels, there's garnet, quartz in there. And down in there, I just pulled out those two that were clumped together. So that is in the second layer, and that other one too, of course, and some of these other ones, of course, on the way. Than the smaller ones. So filled up my classifier. So to take a break, I'm going to pan that real quick, see if we're still there. Kind of wish I would have brought my big old pry bar, and I could, yeah, we'll see. Still got good pile of dirt here. That's probably about, well, you know, if I didn't classify it, probably about, oh, I don't know, 4 or 5 buckets. So if we get, hopefully, we can find a way to get a little bit of water. We have a good place right here. Or we're going to have to use rocker boxes or speed pan or something. But right now, I'm just exploring and prospecting. So let's go pan that out. Hopefully there's a nug. Gold Rush 22. Howdy, welcome back. Well, Ken ended up showing up, and we worked together and got a lot more rock moves. So let's take a look at what we've done. We just bucketed, Ken just bucketed all the water out so we could see, and we just pulled that big old monster rock out. Say hey, Ken.
Hey.
So you can see what we moved, but we saved the dirt. We did a test pan underneath that boulder, and nothing to brag about. It was a little tiny speck. But other than that, we just got to keep going deeper, right, Ken?
Yeah, we're going to get down to the bedrock.
We're going to get down to the bed crud.
Maybe not today. Probably about a couple of weeks, but we're going to work this sucker.
But we made some good ground. It's fun just to see, and who knows, I told you I'm here for the hunt, and this is how you hunt for gold.
We're bringing the rocker box back.
Oh yeah, we're going to also have a day. We're going to episode. I'm going to show you because Ken's going to teach me how and make one, help me make one, and teach me how to use a rocker box. That would have been good with this. You don't need running water, and you can still get that nug. Gold Rush 22. Howdy, hey. Well, I'm on my way back home. As you saw, Ken showed up. We were talking quite a bit about some stuff, and yeah, I better wait, and I better wait to tell you what we talked about until something more solid comes through. But it's big, and if it happens, it's going to be awesome. But today it was exactly what I expected it to be. It was not about running a bunch of pay and all this, going to have all this gold and all this stuff. In truth, I only did about 4 pans. I did 4 pans. And what I would do, it was all about moving rock. We want to get down. We want to get down. And we didn't throw the pay dirt away. I piled it up. And Ken showed up to see how it was going. I texted him and said I'm working on the hole and everything. And all I would do is once I moved a boulder cluster or a rock cluster that was packed in there tight, because it's tough digging. You got to get in between them, and they're just, you know, hundreds of years of being wedged in there tight. So it was about moving rock and trying to get down to the real good stuff. We've done it before, Rich and I, on the sock, and you know, I could go back to the sock right now and I can get gold, but again, it's like hunting to me. This is a challenge. It's exciting. We don't know what we could be digging a hole for absolutely no reason than exercise. But I only got total. I dumped my snuffer out, and to show Ken, out of those 4 pans, maybe a dozen to 15 flakes around there again, about the same as last time. Considering the amount I moved, it wasn't bad, but we probably got about at least a cubic yard of pay dirt there that we could run. And because we can't high bank or pump water, sluicing is out because the water level's too low. The perfect option, we decided, is rocker boxes, going old school. So Ken's going to help me set one up. He, again, built me one, and it's just too pretty to use. But in this scenario where we had to keep bailing out the hole just to be able to dig and see what we were doing, we could be using a rocker box and doing the same thing. So I'm going to work on that. Yeah. So it was a good day. Made up a lot of ground. Not going back tomorrow. Ken's talking about going back. I got some other stuff I got to do, including work on my Jeep. Darn brakes locked up, and I got to figure out why. The thing went underwater when I got flooded out. So it was a good day, and peaceful. I'm glad Ken came. We got to talk a little bit. The man knows his stuff. He knows this area. He's grew up doing it and grown up doing it. And I even think I earned a little bit of his respect today that I'm willing to move rock. And so until the next time, it's basically just, I showed you a couple of the pants, nothing to write home about. But we're hoping if we get down there to the real pay, we'll definitely have something to show you. So please, hit the like button. And if you enjoyed this video or have any suggestions and or criticisms, please leave a comment. But definitely subscribe. Tell your friends how awesome Pacific Northwest Gold Rushers is. Gold Rush 22. Have a great weekend, everyone.